Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will be doing some examples of question number 4th and question number 5th of your textbook. And through that, you will be able to understand how to apply different rules of debit and credit. In this chapter, we have studied dual effect of transaction. Dual effect means first effect is debit and second effect is credit. In short, every transaction is recorded with at least two effects. So let's start. Here, in this question, some transactions are given, and you have to determine that to which account this transaction will be debited and credited in the books of Nilima. And along with that, you have to describe reasons too. So let's start with first transaction. Rupees 50,000 brought in cash and started the business. Here, first we have to identify which two accounts will be affected. Here, cash account and capital account will be affected. Why cash account will be affected? Because here, owner is investing rupees 50,000 to start her business. So, cash is coming in the business. Here, cash account is associated with real account. As we have already studied that cash account is real account as it is an asset. And what is the rule of real account? Rule of real account is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So, next thing that we have to decide whether cash is coming in the business or it is going out of business. Here, cash is coming in the business. So, as per the rule of real account, cash account will be debited. Now, second account is capital account, which is going to be affected. Now, what is capital account? As we have already studied that when the owner invests goods, cash or assets to start the business, it is called capital. So here, owner is investing 50,000 cash in the business. So second account is capital account, which will be affected. Now you have to determine capital account is which type of account. So capital account is personal account. How capital account is personal account? As we know, personal account is related to person, companies or institution. And here, owner is a live person. So, capital account is a kind of personal account. Now, what does the rule of personal account say? Personal account says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now, you have to decide whether the owner is receiving something from business or he is giving something to the business. Here, owner is the giver because owner is giving cash to the business, benefit in the form of cash. So, as he is the giver, so his account will be credited according to the rule of personal account. Now, let us see second transaction. A loan of rupees 10,000 taken from Jesslyn. So first you have to decide which two accounts will be affected. Here, cash account and Jesslyn loan account will be affected. And as we know, cash is an asset, so it is a real account. And rule of real account says debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here, first we have to check whether cash is coming in the business or it is going out of business. Here, in this transaction, Jesslyn has given loan. So, in the way of loan, cash is coming in the business. That's why cash account will be debited. Now, second account is Jesslyn's loan account. Jesslyn loan account is personal account. Now, let's decide whether Jesslyn is the giver of benefit to the business or she is a receiver of the benefit from the business. Here, Jesslyn is the giver of benefit. She is giving benefit to the business in the form of loan. So here personal account says credit the giver. So Jacelyn's loan account will be credited. Here, one thing you must remember, in the case of loan given by someone, you have to add word loan with the name. That means here we will not call it Jacelyn account. We will call it Jacelyn loan account. Now third transaction is a computer purchase for rupees 8,000. So first here you have to decide which two accounts will be affected. Here computer account and cash account will be affected. So here we have mentioned computer account and cash account. These two accounts will be affected. Now computer will come under in which type of account? As computer is an asset, as it is a official machine, and we know that every type of machine is an asset. So computer is a real account. Now we have identified that it is a real account. Now we have to apply the formula of or rule of real account. What does the rule of real account say? Real account says debit what comes in and credit what goes out. That means if an asset or thing is coming in the business, then we have to debit it. And if an asset is going out of business, then we have to credit it. And here machine is or an asset is coming in the business. That's why computer account will be debited. As we have purchased computer, that's why it is coming in the business. So according to the rule, it will be debited. Now second account is cash account. Cash is also a thing. It is also an asset. So it is a real account. Now by applying the formula or rule of real account, which says that credit what goes out. And here as we have purchased an asset, and in order to purchase that, we must have paid for it. That's why cash is going out from business. So cash account will be credited. Now let us see fourth transaction, that is stationery purchased rupees 1,000. Now which two accounts will be affected in this transaction? Here stationery account and cash account will be affected. So we will write here stationery expense account and cash account. Now what is stationery? Stationery is used in your daily business. It is usually small amount. In stationery, many things are included like paper, envelopes, letterhead, pen, eraser, etc. If a business purchases stationery items, it is expense for it. So it will come under nominal account. And what is the rule of nominal account? Nominal account says that debit expenses and losses and credit incomes and gains. As stationery is an expense for the business, so it will be debited. Now second account is cash account. In order to purchase stationery items, a business must have to pay cash. So in this way, cash is going out of business, so cash account will be credited as per the rule of real account. Here, one thing I would like to bring to your notice, that for making it easier to identify which account will be affected, you should first identify whether the transaction is cash transaction or credit transaction, which I have explained you earlier. If the transaction is cash transaction, then in that case, cash account will definitely be affected. And if the transaction is credit transaction, then the person's account, be it natural person or artificial person, will definitely be affected. Here, this transaction is transaction number 4. This transaction is cash transaction. That's why cash account is definitely going to be affected. Now, next transaction is purchase made of rupees 20,000. Now, first you have to check whether this transaction is cash transaction or credit transaction to make it easier to identify. Here, this transaction is cash transaction because here neither person's name is given nor cash word is given. So in the absence of both the things, we consider it as cash transaction. So as it is a cash transaction, so in this case, cash account is definitely going to be affected. So see here, first account is cash account and purchase account. These two accounts will be affected. So here, for purchase account, which rule will be applied? Purchase account is a real account, as purchase account is related to goods, and goods account will come under real account. So what does the rule of real account say? Rule of real account says debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And as we have purchased goods, so goods are coming in the business. That's why, as per the rule of real account, purchase account will be debited. As I told you earlier, we never use the term goods account. For goods transaction, according to the nature of transaction, we use the term purchase account, sales account, purchase return, sales return. We never use goods account. Now, second account is cash account, which is going to be affected. Here, cash is a thing or it is an asset. That's why it will come under real account rule. So, by applying the rule of real account, which says that debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Here, cash is going out of business as we have purchased goods. So, we must have paid for that. So, in this way, cash is going out from the business. That's why cash account will be credited. Now, let us move to next transaction. That is, purchase is made of rupees 30,000 from Raman. Here, to make it easier, first let us identify whether the transaction is cash transaction or credit transaction. This is credit transaction, as here no cash word is mentioned, only the name of the person from whom goods have been purchased is given, that is Raman. That's why it indicates that it is credit transaction. So being a credit transaction, which two accounts will be affected? Here, purchase account and Raman's account will be affected. Here you must be noticing that transaction number 5th and transaction number 6th both are purchase related transaction. In both the transaction, purchase has been made. But as you can see that in transaction number 5th, cash account is affected along with the purchase account. But in transaction number 6, Raman account is affected along with purchase account. Why is it so? This is so because transaction number 6 is credit transaction. And in credit transaction, as I told you earlier, debtor-creditor relationship arises. Here, cash account is not affected because it is credit transaction. That means here cash is yet to be paid. We have not paid cash yet. It is yet to be paid in future. And as it is credit transaction, that is why here person's account, that is Raman's account, will be affected as goods has been purchased but money is not paid yet. That's why instead of cash account, Raman's account will be affected. Now, as purchase account is real account, it is related with goods, and goods account are associated with real account. So, we will apply formula of or rule of real account, which says that debit what comes in, and here goods is coming in the business. That's why we will not mention the name of the account as goods account. We will write here purchase account. So purchase account will be debited according to the rule of real account. Now, as Raman is a personal account, so we will apply here the rule of personal account, which says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. And here Raman is the giver of benefit. How is the giver of benefit? He is giving benefit to the business in the form of goods. That's why Raman's account will be credited. Now next transaction is goods returned to Raman of rupees 2000. In previous transaction, that is in transaction number 6, goods have been purchased, but in transaction number 7, we are returning goods again to Raman because maybe it is of defective or inferior quality. That's why reason may be any. We are returning goods to Raman. So this is the case of purchase return. What we will name it? We will name it purchase return account. And second account which will be affected is Raman account. So we have two accounts which will be affected, Raman account and purchase return account. Raman account, as it is the name of person, live person, so here we will apply rule of personal account, which says that debit the receiver, and here Raman is receiving goods because we are returning it to him. So he is the receiver, and according to the rule of personal account, his account will be debited. Now second is purchase return account. Purchase return account is related to goods, and goods account are real account. So because goods is thing or it is an asset, so for asset or thing we apply the rule of real account, which says that credit what goes out. Here we have rule of real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And here goods are going out of business as we are returning it to our creditor. So purchase return account will be credited. Now let us see transaction number 8. Goods of rupees 200 destroyed by fire. Here let us see which two accounts will be affected. Here loss by fire account and purchase account will be affected. As goods are destroyed by fire, so it is a kind of loss for the business. So as it is a loss, so here we will apply the rule of nominal account, which says that debit all expenses and losses. So here loss by fire account will be debited as it is a loss for business. Then second account is which will be affected, purchase account. And purchase account is a real account. And as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. So here purchase account will be credited. By now, as per the rule of real account, you must have noticed that purchase account is always debited if the goods are purchased with check, cash and credit, whichever the case may be. But in this transaction, purchase account will be credited because loss by fire will result in decrease in goods we have purchased for sale. So in this situation, purchase account must be credited as per the rule of real account, which says credit what goes out. here goods are going out of business, or we can say decreasing, as they are lost due to fire. So here purchase account will be credited. Now next transaction is commission received rupees 5,000. So here which two accounts will be affected? Here commission account and cash account will be affected. Here business is receiving cash, and cash is a thing or an asset. So for cash we will apply the rule of real account, which says that debit what comes in. So here cash is coming in the business in the form of, as we have received commission. Commission is our income. So here we are receiving cash. So cash account will be debited. And for commission, as it is an income for the business, so we will apply the rule of nominal account, which says that credit incomes and gains. So here commission account will be credited as per the rule of nominal account. Now let us move towards next transaction, which is transaction number 10, rupees 2,000 paid insurance premium by check. So here which two account will be affected? Here insurance premium account and check. That means here payment is made through check. That means bank account is going to be affected. So here first account is insurance premium account and second is bank account will be affected. For insurance premium account, we will apply the rule of nominal account, as it is a kind of expense for the business. Here the business must have taken the insurance policy for goods or maybe for something. So for that it must have to pay premium for that. So here insurance premium is a kind of expense. So here we will apply the rule of nominal account, which says that debit all expenses and losses. So here insurance premium account will be debited. And second is bank account. Here as business is making payment through check, so here bank account will be affected. And bank is an institution which will come under personal account. So we will apply the rule of personal account, which says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So we will determine whether the bank is receiver or giver. Here bank is a giver, as payment of premium has been made through check. So in this way bank is a giver here. So bank account will be credited. Now let us see next transaction, that is transaction number 11. Goods of rupees 12,000 sold to Dani, amount received by check. So here which two account will be affected? Here as sales is made, so sales account, and as it is a cash transaction, so and payment is made through check, so bank account will be affected. Here first, to make it easier to identify which two accounts will be affected, first let us determine whether it is a cash transaction or credit transaction. It is a cash transaction, as the business is receiving money through check immediately. And being a cash transaction, it is quite obvious that here person's account, that means Dani's account, will not be affected, as it is a cash transaction. But here cash account also will not be affected, as the business is receiving money immediately, but it is receiving it in the form of check. So here instead of cash account, bank account will be affected. Now let us decide whether bank is a giver or receiver here. Here bank is a receiver of amount. So here bank account will be debited. And second is sales account. As we know, sales account is associated with real account, and if we apply the formula of real account, which says that credit what goes out. So as here goods are going out of business as the business is selling it, so sales account will be credited. Now let us see the last transaction, that is withdrawn rupees 2500 from business for personal use. Here in this transaction, two accounts which will be affected are drawings account and cash account. Why drawing account? As I have explained to you earlier, if owner withdraws goods, cash or any kind of assets, it is from the business, it is termed as drawing. Again, I am repeating it. If the owner of the business withdraws goods, assets or cash from the business for his personal use, then it is termed as drawings. So here the owner is withdrawing cash from his business for personal use. So here two accounts will be affected. First one is drawing account and second is cash account, as he is withdrawing cash from the business. So these two accounts will be affected. And we know drawings account is associated with personal account. How it is a personal account? Because here owner is withdrawing it and owner is a live person. So for that we will apply the formula of personal account, which says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So now let us determine whether the owner is receiving something or benefit from the business, or he is giving benefit to the business. Here owner is receiving benefit from the business as he is withdrawing cash from the business. So benefit in the form of cash. So here, as per the rule of personal account, which says debit the receiver. So here as owner is receiver, so drawings account will be debited. And as from business, cash is going out as owner is withdrawing it. So cash is decreasing from business, or it is going out from business. So as per the rule of real account, credit what goes out. So here cash is going out of the business, so cash account will be credited. So that's all for today. Here your second chapter is complete now. I hope you would have understood. Thank you very much.